Alright, so hello everyone, I'm Ryan. Now, if the audio seems a bit spiffy, I'm sorry. It's just for sake of convenience, I'm recording this on my phone, as I'm just cleaning my room right now, and I've connected my little wireless earphones, mate. And I'm using that to record this, just because, again, hella convenient, as it's pretty much, killing two birds with one stone. So, yes, it has been quite some time since I've uploaded, and as per usual, typically when that happens, it probably means something or the other has happened, whether it be positive or negative. And to be honest, it's been a bit of both, actually. Honestly, this year has had some of the highest highs for me, but genuine happiness, which to the point that I've never really experienced that kind of happiness before. And of course, some of the lowest lows. Now, to be honest, I was initially gonna make a video like kind of going over all of that, but the thing is, not that it's not genuine, but it's just like such like a sob story, and it's okay. Like there's nothing wrong with that, and there's nothing wrong with making videos like that either. I mean, I'm pretty sure I did stuff like that in the past too. It's just that for me, the feeling has already passed, and more accurately, I've already kind of moved on from the kind of the lows of it, the sadness of it, and I'm really just focusing on moving forward. And you can probably tell with just generally my voice and stuff that it has a lot more energy in it now, which I didn't actually for the past couple of months. It's kind of been jumping back and forth. Now I feel a little bit more of a return to form, as it were. So, well, even so, I can't fully ignore everything that happens, so I might as well just quickly address some things, both the positives and negatives. So, honestly, the best thing that's happened to me this entire year is, well, of course, I started dating my girlfriend, who, brutally honest, in a lot of some of the things that happened, if she wasn't there, yeah, you probably wouldn't be hearing this voice anymore. Let's just put it that way. Okay, so, yeah, honestly, well, beating her, of course, was how the year started, or more or less dating her was how it started. And that was already pretty great. And, like, it just kept getting better and better and better. And, well, it was after March, which I believe was the second time I actually met her, like, in person, which, by the way, since I guess I didn't mention it, we are in, like, an LDR, long distance relationship, so that's why it's a much bigger deal. So, anyway, basically, things were really taking a nice upward trajectory, a nice steady one that just seemed like it just couldn't really fail in a lot of ways, in the sense of just overall positive mental health, blah, blah. It was all going pretty goddamn great. Until, well, of course, well, the second wave of Corona hit. Well, everyone. And so that's why I know, of course, yes, I had a tough time, but it doesn't mean, like, I'm the only one. I know a lot of people, a lot of friends, of mine have had a pretty tough time around, especially for the second wave. And yeah, honestly, I guess for everyone affected by it, yeah, my heart goes out to them. Now, for me, of course, it was a much more direct, I guess being affected by it because, long story short, members of my family got COVID. I never did technically get COVID because, well, I'm asymptomatic. However, even though I'm asymptomatic and didn't experience any of the major symptoms of COVID, I was still affected by the actual disease just by being, proxy to it. Or proximity, not proxy, what the hell am I saying? In proximity to it. And that basically meant I got lung damage, and that ended up with me, staying in the hospital for about a week. That is when I guess my overall mental health did take a bit of a dip, and yeah, that really was not a great period of time. And since then, to be honest, I've been like in this pretty not so great state, and then followed up by just my NSEM exams happening pretty much immediately after getting out of the hospital. And the next big blow, like, which happened very recently, actually, I think on the 15th of this month, June, my dog, Buddy, passed away. He was 13 years of age, and yeah, he gave up the ghost in this time. And I mean, to be honest, as sad as that was, in a lot of ways, it was also oddly just beautiful and perfect as, I guess, an overall death goes, because he went out on his own accord, and we didn't need to, like, put him down, even though that was the plan. But that little rascal, even at the end, wanted to go out his way and wanted to do things his way. So in a lot of ways, as much as yes, it was sad and, heartbreaking, it was also oddly beautiful at the same time. Now, I guess speaking of Buddy, I think at some point, might do a little bit of a tribute video to him, just because honestly, he meant a lot to me. And, yeah, basically, all that happened, right? I didn't really get a chance to kind of catch my breath because it just felt like it just kept going lower and lower and lower. But then I realized as much as all of this happened and was bad, in some ways it is kind of my fault that I didn't pull myself out of it earlier, you know? And I don't know, to be honest, I really did feel like I was going deeper and deeper into it and probably far worse than it's ever been. However, to be honest, one of the main reasons why I guess I didn't drift off too far was because honestly, well, my girlfriend has been an amazing, amazing support, and she's kind of just been that anchor that's helped me stay, grounded and not allow me to float off too much. And so eventually, well, I finally, I guess, got my head back on straight, and now, well, I realize the only way is forward, and I can't, keep this kind of attitude and kind of idea that, oh, woe is me, all these things that happened cause much pain and I can't do anything. Because of course not. In some ways, technically speaking, yes, on a back-to-back level, yeah, these things did hit hard and they happened in a very short time. In a lot of ways, I wasn't mentally or emotionally prepared for any of it, but it doesn't matter because there is still hope. There is still ways to go. There are still things to work towards, and I think that's exactly why it doesn't have me down at all. I feel like if this happened to me back in 2017 or 18, then yeah, I probably would have been, just the unalive. So, yeah. So basically, in a lot of ways, even though sometimes I do think about oh man, I kind of wish the person that I am now, I really wish I was like that before, being able to see things in a different way, being able to pull myself out of rough situations. I really sometimes did wish that I had that back then. But at the same time, I think who I am right now is at the right place at the right time. And a lot of what happened before, it wasn't a complete waste. There were good things to come out of it. There was a lot of hell to go through. It doesn't matter. What happened happened. I can't change that. But what I can change is things that are going to happen, or at least preparing myself for it much better. And so that's exactly why, well, honestly, yeah, I'm just gonna keep moving forward, just keep doing my thing and just, I guess, live life in some ways. And, I guess as some way started that, actually, a new format of videos. Well, they're actually not new. They actually have been on this channel, even ever since from the beginning. But these really short form, either meme or meme edits or just, videos that are under 30 seconds, a maximum minute of just very short form stuff. But it's a very, just very simple, this kind of setup and execution. A good example of this, which was, I think I uploaded a couple of months ago, was that Red Dead Redemption 2, video that I did. That is a good example of just the type of video, or maybe those format of videos that I'm going to be trying to upload a lot more often. And the reason why I'm doing this is because, you see, normally I guess when I record the stuff and all that, or when I save it, I always kind of have it placed in my head of trying to put it into a single video, let's just say a 4 to 5 minute video, maybe if I'm lucky, longer than that. But the problem with that is it takes a certain amount of foresight of the kind of flow that you want in there, the specific clips that can fit and those that don't. And the problem with that is it needs just generally that kind of, I guess, focus to do that. And I don't really have a whole lot of that before. In a lot of ways, for when it comes to my creative process these days, it's a lot more in short bursts. So basically I thought, okay, why not just only upload, basically do the, for the specific videos or bits and just upload that, for much shorter form videos. And then, well, my girlfriend had the brilliant idea of like, hey, when I upload a bunch of these, and at the end when there's enough of them have accumulated, I can pick my favorites and put them in a compilation of sorts. And that honestly is a goddamn brilliant idea. I can't even believe that I did not even once consider that myself. I have no clue where I would be without her. Anyway. Right. So yeah, that is something that I think is going to be a lot more on the channel. Again, I'm not going to make any promises like I used to about like, hey, I'm going to upload like so and so. I'm going to upload like every day or every week. Because honestly, with how life is, sometimes you just really can't predict the future in a lot of ways. I mean, I guess as cocky as it sounds, like I guess I'll just upload when I'm ready, I suppose. So at least this is a lot more easier to do. There's a lot less commitment and attachment to a lot of this stuff. So it's a lot easier to put out there. And it's also the one reason I realize why commentary videos on this channel is kind of here and there is because oftentimes when I make them is when I really actually have something to say or do. And this is an example of that, I suppose. But before this, there really wasn't a whole lot that I had to say or do, I guess. And I guess it just kind of goes to show how boring my life can be sometimes. But shit, anyway. Point is, that's where we are right now. And I guess another thing that's shortly coming in the future, I guess, as a last bit of news, I actually bought a new electronic drum kit. Yeah. If you're wondering what it is, it's the Carlsbro CSD 130M. When it comes, I'll do maybe like a quick video where I just set it up, and while I'm doing that, I'll explain why I went for that specific drum kit over anything else. But for now, it should be arriving sometime maybe this week or early next week. So I'm honestly very, very excited for that. As well, it's yeah, I really miss playing the drums. It's been almost like 2 full years, I think, at this point, pretty much ever since, COVID hit, that I haven't been able to touch my drums that are in the hall. I have acoustic drums, but the thing is, of course, with acoustic drums, I'm living in an apartment, can't really play them the way that I want to. Now, they are still a lot of fun. It's just that there's, more faster, more harder kind of drumming that you just can't do. That I couldn't even do it in the old house because, again, even if that was a regular house and not an apartment, it's still a lot of noise, and I still can't play as loud and as fast and, as hard as I want. So that's exactly why I thought, you know what, I'm going to treat myself to an electronic drum kit, and in a lot of ways, considering all the things that's happened, I feel like I almost deserve it. Not really, but I don't care. I'm going to be using that as my excuse. But regardless, it's because, again, the drums to me is my primary instrument, and the one that the first instrument that I truly actually fell in love with. And even though I really, really enjoy the guitar and all that, to be honest, it's always been a secondary instrument, or more accurately, it's always kind of been the instrument to accompany singing, at least the acoustic, of course. And so, I've just never really fully enjoyed, playing it as much as I do the drums, so that's exactly another reason why I decided to, screw it, just indulge in this. It's not that expensive, and, it is gonna give me a lot of happiness in the moment, even though, yes, it's something that's very much only for me, and a very selfish kind of, purchase, but I don't care, because I need happiness, and I need it staying. Anyway, so, yeah. Well, there we go. Mad ramblings finally done. We have reached the end of the video. So, yeah, there we go. I'll be honest, I actually did record a different version of this video in the morning where it was a lot more a more sappier, almost like a sob story kind of thing. But it didn't really feel right because, again, the feeling had passed, and I'm already just started working on moving forward and just basically getting better and just wanting to just, move on from everything that's happened and just focus on better things, I suppose. So anyway, yeah, with that being said, again, well, we reached the end. Thank you guys for watching, and I will hopefully see all you guys later. Peace.